everybody, One of Wisdom here. It is Thursday the 27th, 12:56 in the morning. I thought I was going to have an early night tonight, and I did not. That's it, where we left off. We have a legendary tri-tip. We introduced him. We compared his stats and his attack damage against base standard tri-tip. And there are increases in attack and armor and also attack damage. Then we kind of tried to attempt to put some math schematics to tri-tip in standard form at, level 6, and then I went and kind of leveled him up a little bit more. And my plan was to come in tonight and do ambushes base upgrades, but truth be told, I think we're going to start here. And then I'm thinking I'm going to do a series of base upgrades and then kind of move into paths. So we're going to try to do tri-tip, then it will be ember and then ambush. So, and those should be quicker videos than the last one. So, just as a refresher for you, tri-tip has the primary 1, 2, 3. He does deliver, as you can see when it says combo, he will deliver extra damage. Let me get off this screen into my spreadsheet here. So we're going to do 52 to 78, 52 to 78, and on the combo hit, 139 to 209. Keep in mind this is legendary tri-tip and those numbers are higher than you're going to see with a standard box stock tri-tip. The jump attack, which he does have, and it does in fact be different. You jump up, you slam down, looks like that. 81 to 122. And then the dino dash, it's important to note, you sometimes, particularly if you're kind of playing from a distance, you will never see this. But there's what I call stomps. He sort of puts his, front fist down to the ground and then the other fist down to the ground. You're going to do 9 to 14 with that, and then when you actually dash, it'll be 102 to 153. Something else of note there, instead of just going through an enemy, you're actually going to push the enemy. So in his case, that's not a terrible thing because his primary attack is so strong. If you had like a weak hit, or it took a long time to charge the dash attack, that could be very not player friendly, but basically 1, 2, and then the dash, right? So let's go ahead and showcase these. We're going to go 52, 52, 139, and we'll finish him off just like so. Now we're going to showcase the jump attack. 81, 81, 81. And what's cool, and I mentioned this when we introduced him last night, one of his base upgrades, the last one, what goes up, it is actually going to give us a jump secondary attack, which right now I'm jumping and then pressing the secondary attack button and we do nothing. So that's something I've been looking forward to, and another reason I'm kind of going ahead and doing him. Now the dash itself, pay close attention. I'm going to try to come from this side onto the dummy, and you should see that 9 to 14 with each fist hitting down. There you go. Worked out well. Now watch this. I'm going to let this idiot come all the way at us, and then we're going to push him back towards Buzz. See there? So, kind of a cool deal. You usually just fly through the enemy. But keep in mind, these numbers that you see here, not only base attack, we just highlighted, but the base upgrades, our 4 we're about to purchase, are going to be higher than standard box stock tri-tip. So, once again, if you're asking me the question, hey, should I get legendary tri-tip or standard? If you don't care about the aesthetics, if you're at Toys R Us that are both right in front of you, they're the same price, legendary is going to be the way to go. If you care about the aesthetics, go ahead and base it on that, and just know if you do in fact prefer the traditional earth element look of standard tri-tip, you're giving up a little bit of attack, a little bit of armor, and then a little something on the attack damage, which, as you level the character, that difference should remain. So, that said, let's. I also want to point out he's got 45-32. No money tricks. Didn't throw on any old location items or switch him over to the Wii U and give him money. I went last night around the map just killing time. His video took an eternity to render, by the way. And then when I was gonna record ambushes, it was like that grainy screen, which you've probably seen. It's actually an ambushes intro. Generally, when I have that glitch in the recording, it kills my render, and it's usually towards the end. If it's a 20-minute video, it's like at the 18-minute mark. This one was like at 150. Someone left a comment, nice glitch at 150, and I was like, what? And so I clicked on it, and sure enough, there was like 10-15 seconds of just crazy pixelated looks. And I guess it didn't screw things up. It actually rendered out, so that was surprising. But when I was going to record Ambush's base upgrades last night, the whole recording screen looked like that. It was just, I was taxing the old PC a little too much, apparently. So, that said, this money, again, just me walking around the map last night and a little bit today. So, you can make decent cash if you take the time to do that.
You can put your faith in numbers. Mine is in the club.
And additionally, something to point out, I kind of lost my train of thought because of that. What was I going to say? Oh, I don't really even have much of the map unlocked. I mean, there's like areas I can't get to, like the rat hole that leads down below, and then when you're on certain cliffs, you see areas you haven't been to. So this is just the day one after you complete level 1 and you're back here. That's the cache there. So, you know, if you've progressed, you're like in level 7 or something, you can probably get significantly more just roaming around. That said, what you're going to need here, I think it's 3,300, right? Let me slide on over in my spreadsheet. The spreadsheet's getting mighty big already. Yeah, 5, 7, 900, and 1,200 respectively, 3,300. What everyone has told me, Ethan, Dan, others that have progressed through the game, I think Julia mentioned it, no one has found like a wing sapphire substitute, no one has found like a discount or anything like that, so as best I know, if you want base upgrades, you need 3,300, period. You need that day one, you need that if you've beaten the game 10 times on nightmare mode, so that could change. Maybe there's something people are missing, maybe there's something they'll add in, but at this point in time, that's what I'm being told, and you have to believe if there's something like a wing sapphire, it would have been in chapter 1, level 1. So that's it. I'm kind of excited about this one. Mace Smash launches rocks forward. Now, obviously, if we had a situation where it would send them all around us, it would be nice. But the bulk of the time, you're going to go into an area that's infested with enemies, and they're going to be ahead of you. So we'll see if it's directly ahead of us, or if we get like a spin-off on it. So it would be nice if it's sort of like W'd, you know, from the point of impact. I'm not seeing anything right there. Let's face him this way. Huh. Let's try to get a better angle here. Do you see anything? Maybe? Is it like the gold spark thing? I think I do see more dirt coming up, but it is not what I expected aesthetically, but truth be told, let's see what it does. We're going to get a direct hit here. 52. Okay. Now I need to attempt to outrun this guy. And dadgum you. I just need you to stand there. We bought that, right? Was it only off the jump attack? I mean, I feel like the dirt flying is new. I'll admit that. 35, okay. So, ooh. The 122 is sadly the critical off of our jump attack. But 35 on the jump. The question now... Wait. Oh, no, sorry. Okay. I was on the standard tri-tip numbers there, and I was like, whoa, they increased. And then I was like, no, they didn't. So 35 is what we're looking at. Half of that's going to be 17.5, which is 18, so 35 to 53. Let's see if we can get it standard. Yes. So whether you just do the standard attack or the jump slam, you're going to do 35 with the rocks, which that's actually a pretty salty number. I mean, especially the way it looks. You know, it's almost like we're just throwing sand in the face of the enemy. I kind of pictured like small boulders, you know, that might do, 8 to 12 based on the dirt, which again is almost like he's throwing sand in someone's face. I was thinking 5 to 8, but 35 to 53, that'll work. So it is sadly just like literally straight ahead. You know, there's no real spread. Like, it's kind of... There might be like a slight radius to it. It's got pretty good distance though. You know, for as like minuscule as it looks. It's very hard to outrun that guy as tri-tip. So I do the best I can. Anyway, we're just going to call that 35-53. Pretty decent distance. Doesn't look like much, but if you think about it, say that we had 2 enemies coming at us and we hit primary down 52, and then the one back in the distance took 35. That'd be good. It does seem to maybe knock back a little bit. Oh, dang it. If you wonder why I do that, it's just I assume I have to do that to upgrade out of habit. So I periodically do that. Something I do love that doesn't screw with anything numeric-wise is the ability to just press a button and upgrade instantaneously anywhere. That is awesome. Alright, now this is classic Dino Lander, classic Earth Element stuff here. Summon fossil traps. You should be familiar with these types of attacks. Press Y to trap enemies and fossils. Now the trapping part, this is where things get interesting. You might look at this and say these traps do 5 to 8. You're like, what a waste. Keep in mind what I just said with the MACE trying to outrun that dummy. I have a hard time getting him to do that because he's slow. He's a giant freaking Triceratops, okay? He's not going to be like Aurora or Stealth Elf. Thing here, and before we know anything about it, just speculation. If in fact I can use this to trap the enemy, and whether or not it does damage, if I can then damage the enemy, you could run and gain health, you could run away and swap Skylanders. If you're playing multiplayer, you could trap them, your enemy, not enemy, but your second player, wingman, partner, girlfriend, boy, whatever it may be, could come in and just lay waste to people while you do the same conceivably. So we need to know a couple of things here. Number 1, I'm guessing there will be 3. Number 2, do the traps do any damage? Number 3, what is the duration of the traps? And number 4, and this is pretty important, is the duration influenced by us attacking them? So we're going to find all that out. 3 at once would actually be pretty impressive, box stock. So let's try to figure this thing out. There's really not good angles at this point, but let's go ahead and throw them down. 2. Or are there? Oh, there are 3. Okay. Well, okay, that's pretty cool. Let's watch this again.
Rise from your grave!
Basically 5 seconds of activity, if that makes any sense. Like, they're kind of up and going down longer than that, but the jaws are flapping for like 5 seconds. Almost like a Venus flytrap, if you will. So let's come over here and see if we can see them head on. Oh, and if we walk through them, they're gone. Apparently. So you can sort of use it as a defensive wall. Now let's try hitting one.
Show me the scullies!
Okay, if I hit them, they basically go away. So how long does it take to summon them? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. 3 seconds. Pay attention to the amount the jaws flap. It's like 4 to 5 seconds. So summon fossil traps takes 3 seconds. 3 traps. 5-second runtime. And now do they do damage? It's kind of one of those deals, like when you pass through the bone wall as hex, it just kind of crumbles for you and you can go through. Let's see if we can get this guy. 58. Okay, oh, it like tarred him too. That's pretty awesome. Okay, I'm good with this. Let's get him out of here so I can log this. 5-second runtime, 58 on the initial hit. Critical on that, 29, 58, 87, right? Yeah. 87, so 58 to 87, and then 17. We had him point blank range, and I feel confident that it's like 4 flaps of the jaws makes 17. So half of 17, 8, 5, 9, 17 to 26, 4 times. So let's take this on its worst case scenario. You point blank suffocate an enemy with one of these traps. You're going to do 58 on the initial impact. And then 4 instances of 17, which that's going to be 68. So 58 and 68, 110, 118, 126 cumulative. That's pretty good. Plus, like I said, while it's trapped, you could keep in mind, I mean, he's a plotting character. He's carrying a massive mace. He's a Triceratops, you know. The question now, if I trap this guy and I swing my mace, do we do increased damage? Is that instantaneously? I'm hoping we're going to trap this guy. It's going to flap one time at 17, and I'm going to whack it, and we're going to see what happens. So, that's the plan anyway. 17. Did it double the 52? I don't know that it did. Oh, geez, I was... Wait, does he just get bored? Oh, okay. That's kind of interesting.
Show me the
Oh, that killed him, huh? And if you stand in place of one of the heads, it kind of dissipates on its own. So 58. You know, it might be a deal if we get close enough. It just kind of goes away on its own. Like, basically what I'm saying. Okay. So, yeah, as soon as we touch it, the traps are gone. So, that said, that's actually better than I thought it would be. I'm pleasantly surprised by that. So things are going quite well here. Quite well tonight. Oh man, I thought that wasn't checked out. I was like, what? Alright, so POSEY Power Swing. I was excited about this one. This to me is reminiscent of Bash. You know, you got the hammer and then you can charge it up and just, you know. We haven't had like a super tank hard hitting character in a while. And this could be it. So we'll have to see. But POSEY Power Swing, hold X for a powerful baseball swing. You know, I think we could actually grab the other one too, but I'll hold off. Not having the cutscene actually saves me time. So, let's come down here and try to get a better angle. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. I can rotate, albeit very slowly. Doesn't look like there's going to be like some maximum tier. Okay, strange maneuvers. Gonna release. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, so, hit 1 Mississippi. He's ready. If you hold, basically, here's what happens. If you're holding X, he slams the mace into the ground, he pulls it back, and he's ready to swing. So, 1 Mississippi. Kind of like a 1.5 charge time. Note the dirt that flies off. That's pretty cool. Let's see what this thing does. I don't know that it'll be as powerful as I had hoped. I was thinking maybe it would clip 100. So, let's actually first check 52. Yes, still doing the same damage there. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That was about even with my wildest expectations for it. So, 174. What is that? 87, right? 81, 61. Yeah. So 87 and 174 is going to combine for 250, 261? Seriously, on a base upgrade? Alright. Get rocked, my friend. Oh, good lord, did you see that? That was a home run derby shot right there. We just jacked him out of the arena, man. This is great. Oh, man. Earth Element again. This is my classic element. Oh, and they even had the baseball sound. Did you hear that?
All right.
Oh, and then we got him with the 35. That was a great distance. Okay. When you kill him, he sadly doesn't fly as far, you know? Ha ha ha. Straight center field, baby. Okay. Get in here, you nut. Let's see if we can get him with our rock from here. Not quite. I think he's glitched out. You know what? Screw it. We'll just get another one. Hi, friend. Oh, that little sound effect is something, isn't it? Dun 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 dun. Okay, let's get that guy out of there. He was annoying me. That is insane. I really wanted us to see the crit. Pretty sure I'm clicking the math off right here, but if we could just see the 261. Man, we put him too far in the outfield. Here we go. Jeez, this is awesome. Let's send one down the staircase now. Can we get more than one? Oh, we hit all 3 of them at 174? Do you know the collective damage we could do with this? Holy frickin' A, man. Just think of that. 3 enemies at 174? Good lord. That is insane. Come get somebody. Kapoo. I'd still like to see the crit, man. This is just going to be too exciting. Nope, don't want to kill him. Okay, well, I'm going to give up on the crit for time's sake. Let's, truth be told, at 174, you don't really have to have that guy back there. I just feel like he's going to lag something out. He's like a redstone circuit that shouldn't be left on. Alright, so base upgrades on Tri-Tip looking pretty good. Keep in mind, Tri-Tip will have roughly the same thing, just a little lower on the damage side. This is impressive, to say the least. Dadgum, I meant to... I told you I was going to do that a lot, accidentally. It's just out of habit, man. Alright, right button. Alright, what goes up? And this is the one I told you I was excited about. So his base upgrades have been phenomenal, and it's making him extremely well-rounded. We've got the Rock Blast that's going to provide like a little insulation, if you will, and light knockback. Fossil Traps, very pleasantly surprised by those. They collectively deal a ton of damage. You can manipulate enemies, provide a wall of defense for yourself. POSEY Power Swing is godlike numbers thus far that we've seen in the game. And what goes up, this should just be cool, regardless of what the damage numbers may be. So press B in the air for a powerful jump attack that launches enemies way up. Okay. Pretty excited. You know what? I want to go ahead and get path names for these while we're here together. So I'm kind of wanting Legendary to have the top path because I love the MACE attack. Oh, that's a dorky shield. Plus the horn change. That's always controversial. Oh, that could be cool too, but you know, I think I am going to let Legendary have the top. That's the great thing with Legendaries and Darks. I don't have to reset the kit. Well, I will have to reset Standard, but that's another story. But the bottom line, I can take both paths, and I don't have to reset or lose levels or be sad. You got Legendary, you got Standard, you got your top and bottom. You got Dark and Standard, top and bottom. Mystic and Standard, top and bottom. So I think I will do that because I'm loving the MACE. When I previewed all these earlier, I was thinking, you know, I think I want Legendary with the MACE. And I think I'll probably do that, but let's see. Alright, ooh, Paleolithic Pounder. Dun dun dun. Paleolithic. Spell that right? Paleolithic. Ah. Paleolithic Pounder. Improve your smashing skills to master the MACE. That wasn't the keyboard. Alright. And then Jurassic Justice. That's a cool path name, actually. So I think that's my plan. Paleolithic Pounder is going to be Legendary. Jurassic Justice, Standard. It works for me. Does it work for you? I hope so. Not going to buy it now, though. We're going to check out what goes up, which I'm pretty excited about. Not going to lie. These base upgrades have been phenomenal. Let's make sure that we haven't changed. 16, 20, 8, and 10s. Yes. So, alright, here we go. Gonna jump up. Now keep in mind, jump in primary. We've got the overhead smash attack I've been showing you. Jump in secondary, I showed you didn't do anything earlier. Let's check it out now. Oh yeah, look at that ground. Judging by the ring of impact, this could be like catastrophic for enemies. Here we go, let's see how high he flies. Oh good lord. If you could time that and get your POSEY power swing, it kind of had the baseball sound effect. Look at that. Look at the air on that. So 93. His numbers are out of this world, and his health is decently high. It's not like super high initially, but 370 is pretty respectable. Probably, I haven't paid attention to all of them, but I would say that's probably in the upper 25% for sure. So 93, half of that would be what, 46.5, which would be 47, so 140-ish, I'm thinking, would be our crit. Now here's what I'm saying though. If we jump up and do that, and by the time the enemy lands, we can land a power swing, you should just insta-kill anything. I don't care if it's the Chaos Battle at the end of the game. You should, if you pull that off, that should just insta-kill. Here we go. I'm gonna go for it. Oh, I think I could have got him. 261, you saw it. Oh, baby, that was the POSEY power swing there. Okay, I should have nailed that. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh! Back-to-back crits, man. Oh, my bad. I didn't jump. I'm almost... He's like landing like I feel like a fraction of a second before my release. Dadgum, I keep hitting the wrong thing here. Oh, see what I mean? Like, when he is still in the air, we're starting to come forward, but I feel like he is landing before we get there. So let's try it again. I think that counts. And we're doing a crit every time we do that. I wonder if there's something to that. Like if they're rewarding us for pull. It's a critical every time. We never once had a critical. Like, for example, that wasn't with this, associated move list. Let's get a couple of these guys in and see how high we can send them. Oh, my lord. Oh, that is definitely something hidden in the game. Alright, check it out. Jump slam, POSEY power. Well, we missed. Strike one. Every single time it's a critical hit. That is amazing. He is a wrecking machine. Get out of there, Redstone Glitch Robot. Alright. As stated, plans were originally ambush base upgrades, ambush paths. Decided to do this. I was familiar. We just introduced him. I thought, why not flow with what we got going? Best decision I've made all day. I'll tell you that. These base upgrades, again, I said this with Aurora. Starcast base upgrades pretty sweet as well. His paths could both suck, and it's not really going to matter because his base upgrades are just that good. We could stop right here, and he would be a perfectly fine Skylander. Fact of the matter is, you've got Paleolithic Pounder that's going to impact his primary attack, which is already super incredibly OP. And you've got Jurassic Justice, which looks to be a nice combination for secondary, tertiary. I'm interested in the explosion. I wish I knew numbers on that before making my decision, but I think I'm going to go MACE, advancing the MACE with legendary, taking standard down Jurassic Justice. And then we've got the Soul Gem and Sky Chi as well. So, yep, he is pretty impressive. It looks like we've kind of returned to having an Earth character that's just classic Earth Element SSA style, which it was always high armor, high hit, usually not the quickest things around, but their power more than makes up for that. This is impressive, and like I said, you saw it here. You jump up, you execute what goes up, you get the POSEY power swing off, crit every single time we did it. That is not an error, that is not something that just happened. I tried really hard to get us a critical just doing it standard, we couldn't get one. It's something I believe was set in stone there. That said, this did go a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but the fact of the matter is, I don't care. Legendary Tri-Tips base upgrades are amazing. We'll probably, for good measure's sake, eventually do Tri-Tips base upgrades and have the difference in damage available to us, but for all intents and purposes, this guy is amazing. And if you need a Smasher, if you need an Earth character, whatever your logic may be, I fully endorse Legendary Tri-Tip. He has the One of Wisdom seal of approval. So, that said, let's go with hashtag... let's go hashtag home run, right? Because we had the home run sound. I said it, I kind of called it called shot, if you will. Man, if his soul gem was like that, if you could time that perfectly. Anyway, I mean, you basically insta-kill pretty much, I would think, the majority of enemies in the game with one or two of those. So now it will be interesting with some of the heavier enemies, like we saw at the very last wave of the Earth Sensei Realm, which I don't like to call it Sensei Earth Realm. That doesn't flow well to me. I wonder if those guys would go airborne or not. I don't know. I'm very tempted to go get this guy some cash and take Paleolithic Pounder right frickin' now. That's how excited and amped up I am about this. So, that said, let me know your thoughts down below. Again, hashtag home run will get you a bonus brick in the Wall of Wiisdom. What is the Wall of Wiisdom? Well, it is something that I do in my Wiisdom Plays Minecraft series, which I haven't gotten to play in a long time because of Skylanders Imaginators. Hoping to get back on that. It's not something I intended to neglect. It's just this stuff has been incoming and non-stop, and there's a creator app, and then the game, and the unboxings, and life, and it's one thing leads to another. But it will be a regular series. I will return. We're extremely backlogged on bonus bricks, but it's basically an in-game shout out for you, forever immortalized barring creeper or enderman attacks, as part of a community build as well. If you want information on that, check it out in the description box down below. You can follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Beam. You can be amongst one of the first few to follow me there. Twitch has not been wanting me to stream lately, and Beam doesn't seem to mind, so that's what I've been doing. But you can also check out the Skylander Club forum, skylanderclub.com. I'm going to put all these spreadsheets there. They're going to be very useful to you. There's no strategy guide, and we're basically creating one as we go, so I hope you enjoy. Take advantage of it. Oneofwisdom.com is my personal website. Check it out. If you're not on Twitter, you can kind of see my Twitter feed on the sidebar there. Keep up with everything. But that said, thanks so much for watching. I am stoked about this guy. His base upgrades are truly amazing. And we've still got the Paths, Soul Gem, and Sky Chi to check out. So what's not to love, right? That said, thanks so much for watching. Myself and Legendary Tri-Tip will catch you back at the old ball game.